Marhaba. Hello all. On behalf of the Board of Directors of ARIJ, welcome to the Arab world's biggest gathering for investigative journalists and supporters of independent media. The past year was not easy for journalists all over the Arab world, and especially for investigative journalists. As we know, all over the world, the pandemic continued to be used by governments to intimidate journalists. But in the Arab world, political repression has at the same time intensified in many countries. And it was, of course, coupled with attempts to silence the media. Many of the hopes born with the Arab Spring were shattered. But it gave birth to a new generation of journalists, more daring and more independent. This is why we chose the theme, Journalism and Accountability in a Disrupted World, for our forum this year. A disrupted world where it is becoming more and more difficult for independent journalists to tackle sensitive issues, where they feel sometimes isolated because of the lockdowns, where they can be threatened both physically and on social media, and yet where they bravely continue their work to expose human rights violations and demand that their perpetrators be held accountable. As every year, the forum will be an occasion to discover the works of ARIJians who, despite all difficulties, were able to produce good pieces, among which a few will receive the only awards for investigative journalism in the Arab world on Sunday. For the past 15 years, ARIJ has had journalists produce investigative stories in spite of all the challenges in the region, and has been able to build a whole network of journalists united by one common passion, the search for the truth. Their work wouldn't have been possible without the ARIJ team: editors, coaches, fact-checkers, lawyers, developers, designers, working tirelessly every day. Thanks to all of you. Thank you also to ARIJ donors and partners for believing in ARIJ and supporting it, which will enable us to go forward. ARIJ is starting its new 3-year strategy for 2022-2024 that was approved by the board last summer, based on 3 pillars: empowerment, networking, and innovation. And we promise you the best is yet to come. Thank you.
شكراً.